So recently, the president of Planned Parenthood, Leana Wen, was fired from her job. Now, I wouldn't normally think this was newsworthy enough for me to make a video about it, but there are a few pieces of information that are kind of important that I want to make sure you're aware of. So first and foremost, she was only there for 8 months. Now, that's not a very long time to be at a job, let alone to be president of an organization. So I just want you to think about any other organization or corporation that if they had hired someone for their president and was then fired 8 months later, that doesn't really inspire confidence in that organization. It doesn't mean they're doing all that well. So that's one piece of information. Now, she was also kind of fired discreetly. So what that means is that the board had some sort of secret meeting where they talked about it, they decided to fire her, and then she was informed and just let go. So it wasn't very public. So since then, she has talked about why she thinks she was fired. So what I'm going to do now is just look at some of the quotes that she has written for the New York Times op-ed about why she was fired. So here she talks about philosophical differences over the best way to protect reproductive health. So she talks about in the op-ed how she essentially wanted to help rebrand Planned Parenthood because sometimes it's viewed as an abortion provider. She wanted instead for it to be viewed as a healthcare provider that does abortions as well. So she was trying to essentially expand abortion access and abortion care through general healthcare. But the board at Planned Parenthood did not agree with that. So she says, while the traditional approach has been through prioritizing advocating for abortion rights, I have long believed the most effective way to advance reproductive health is to be clear that it is not a political issue, but a healthcare one. So she is essentially saying, and like I said another place in the op-ed, that she wanted to try and show that Planned Parenthood does more than just abortions and all the other wonderful healthcare things that they do. She also says that almost immediately, there was immediate criticism that I did not prioritize abortion enough. So basically, since she started, she has been criticized that she wasn't focusing quite enough on abortions and that she was focusing on other things too much. So the reason that I think this is important is because if you look at the average pro-choice person or the average defender of Planned Parenthood, they will generally say that Planned Parenthood is first and foremost a women's health organization, that they provide women's health and that's what they do, and abortions are just kind of a small part of that. And sometimes they even talk about the 3% abortion myth, which I've made a video about, so if you're interested, go ahead and check that out. But the fact of the matter is that this is what Leana Wen was essentially trying to show Planned Parenthood as, an organization that does women's health generally first and foremost. But she was fired for that reason. So perhaps you might argue that Leana Wen has some animosity towards Planned Parenthood. After all, she was just fired from that organization. But she makes it clear in the op-ed that she still supports Planned Parenthood and everything they do. She just wanted to try and take it in a different direction that the rest of Planned Parenthood did not agree with. And again, that direction was trying to rebrand so it's not known as an abortion provider, but a healthcare provider. And Planned Parenthood did not agree with that. So that just shows you that their priorities, their focus is in fact on abortion. It's not just what pro-lifers are saying about Planned Parenthood, it's what Planned Parenthood is saying about themselves. One last time, Leana Wen was fired for trying to change that image, which means Planned Parenthood wants to keep that image. They want to be known as an abortion provider. So that's all that I had for this video. It's going to be a really short one. Thank you for watching. If you have not yet, please subscribe. It really helps me out. And if you have subscribed, like this video, comment, let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.